Sometimes it don't matter how you win, you just got to win. Limbs at the end of the game. And that just reminds you that it's still Old Trafford, we're still Man United, and you can win games in the last minute at any time. You just do not give up. Massive 3 points today. I said on the way up here that we had to win this game. Like this was a 6-pointer. And the way that the game was petering out, not much chances for both teams. Both teams fairly flat for large parts, and I'll talk about our performance in a little bit. But the more the game was going on, you're thinking, this is not a good. This is a way better draw for West Ham than it is for us. And like I said, I even said on the way up, actually, a draw would have felt like a loss, no matter what the context. And I still stick by that. And to win it like that, with that right at the end, it shows that the players didn't give up. It shows that actually there is fight. It shows that the mentality was there today, and they were all there for each other. Was it perfect? No. Look, both keepers pretty much chilling the whole game. I think David De Gea, there was a deflection that he saved at his near post, which was good. But other than that, he had a very, very quiet afternoon. And the same with the West Ham keeper as well. I think it was a game for the defenders. I'm just going to big up the players who I thought stood out today, because the whole back line I thought were fantastic. Harry Maguire, look, there was concerns. I said there was concerns with him coming in over Lindelof today. We know why Lindelof wasn't here. How was Maguire going to be? From minute one, right in the first couple of minutes, he went right in on Bowen. That to me set the tone in terms of what his performance was going to look like. He's like, I'm not going to allow him to turn. I know Jarrod Bowen's quick. I'm not going to get caught in 1v1 positions. I'm going to get in. I'm going to get aggressive. I'm going to get up his arse and make sure he can't turn. Same with Antonio. We've done that a couple of times as well. Getting in on Antonio, winning his headers so that Mikel couldn't really have any joy out of him, to the point where Mikel had to then go over to Rafael Varane, the Rolls Royce, who just does what he does. But Maguire, he was good on the ball. He was decisive on the ball. And yes, he still had a couple of shaky moments. There were still times where we played a little bit too slow, because, look, overall the performance wasn't perfect going forward, but defensively and our shape and the way that we played for large parts was good. It was good. Fullbacks I thought were okay. Tellez, yes, I wanted a little bit more from in the first half. And then the second half kind of petered off. But Dalot, I thought, kept his levels up. Even though the quality might not have been there in terms of the end product sometimes, he just looks bright on the ball. He looks like he wants to give me something. He wants something to happen. I challenged Scott McTominay today. I challenged Scott McTominay to outshine Declan Rice. Now listen, because we won in the last minute, I'm not going to get carried away with myself and say, Rice, sit down, McTominay. You know what I mean? McSauce poured the sauce over the rice. Just hold that. It wasn't quite that for McTominay, but we've got to big up our own players. It's all good. I was getting gassed over Declan Rice, 100 million, let's get him in it. Listen, he's not our player, so I couldn't give a shit about that right now. I care about the players we've got right now. And I said he had to challenge him today. And I thought McTominay did well. What he didn't do today, he didn't go hiding, put his body about. There was a switch of play that he done as well, which stood out to me. I think he zinged it out to Elanga when it looked like nothing was going on. Good in the tackle. He was steady today. Not as good as he was against Brentford, and I'm not saying he was man of the match and outstanding today, but I thought he done his thing along with Fred today. We had to win that midfield battle, and it was a scruffy game. It was a scruffy midfield. Look, Declan Rice, he strutted about the pitch like he always does. He's a fantastic player. So to be fair, he was probably the pick of the midfielders. But I want to pick up our players. I don't want to just be out here twerking for other teams' players right now. That's not the time for this. Not when we're playing them in our own backyard. The front line, it was weird because Elanga, probably not his best game, but he does all the simple things well. He opens up a lot of space for other players. He plays the first pass that he sees, and he's refreshing, and he works hard, and he makes runs. That's what I like about him. He makes runs, and he done that today. Maybe couldn't get involved in terms of end product and really pushing his fullback back with the ball at his feet, but in terms of playing with intelligence and playing in the right way, he did manage to do that. And Greenwood was fairly similar. It wasn't really a game for the attackers today. You know, I'll talk about the attackers that did come on, the next three that came on. Ronaldo, again, he keeps doing this thing of vacating the number 9 position and kind of getting on the ball, trying to bring Lincoln into play and coming off the front. I don't really like it. I want him to be the focal point up front, but sometimes he gets a little bit bored when he doesn't really touch the ball for a while, and he goes off and does his own thing. So that probably didn't help. But what I have to say is, although, yes, people have said some of the subs were too late, but this is why we've got the quality that we've got. Because that's the reason we won this game, because we've got the quality. We managed to bring on Martial, Rashford and Cavani. It's a whole separate front three, pretty much, and added it into basically a 4-4-2 and dropped Bruno back out the 10, which obviously was the right thing to do. Ralph Rangnick went hell for leather. We've got extraordinary firepower, and it proves that's, we should be in that position. That's why we got that squad depth in terms of the top end of the pitch. Bring them in, yes, let them do their thing. Let's throw the kitchen sink at it. And it wasn't even like we were bashing down the door, to be fair. Even that chance right at the end, I felt like it wasn't going to come. It felt like it was going to be one of them annoying games at home where, yes, we defended well, but we were just toothless up front. I have to say Martial came on. And he looked lively. Was it perfect? No. Did he come on and drop a 10 out of 10? No, but he did look lively. And considering what's going on, it's great to see that actually that thing's been forgotten about. We know his intention to leave. We know he wants to leave. But look, I said, to be fair, and this is where I've got to hold my hands up, I said if Martial doesn't get his move, what sort of Martial will we get? We'll get one who doesn't want to be here. We'll get one who's going to be a bit out of favour. I wanted to see Martial play under Ralph Rangnick, and we've seen that for the first time today. And he looked bright. He travelled with the ball at the right time, released the pass at the right time for Cavani. And you know what? In the key moments of the game, in big games like this, in the last minutes, it's the better players that can do the really, really simple things well in those decisive moments. So it might look like someone could look at that and say, well, Martial, all he's done is dribble forward a little bit and pass it to Cavani. But no, in the last minutes of the game, when the pressure's on, the weight of pass and the timing of the pass has to be perfect of when you release it. And the same with Cavani. Again, he's been quite poor. Since we've had that kind of confirmation that he's staying, which we all wanted, he hasn't been involved in the games. He's been starting, but in terms of contributing to the game, he hasn't really been at it. Fantastic from him. Lovely weight of pass. Just fire it across. And Rashford, again, right place, right time. He had the energy, he had the instinct to be there and follow in the play and get himself a tap in, and that would do amazing for his confidence. You can see it just lifts the place. When you win in that manner, the performance goes out of the window. When it's this end of the schedule and it's against West Ham, who occupied fourth before the game, and we knew that a win would take us above them into fourth, it doesn't matter how you win. I don't really care. I think we're in a position where we might have to do away, I think we have to forget about, to a certain extent, performances and what does it look like building. We can't play in this way every week. We can't do this. We can't do that. I get it. Long term, it's a struggle. We don't know what Man United we're going to get. I said it on the way up here. What Man United will turn up. But right now, it's just about getting 3 points. And that winning like that, is exactly the sort of win where all the rival fans would have been pissed. They all would have been looking at the TV, well, it was a 3 o'clock kickoff, so maybe they wouldn't have. But they all would have heard it on the radio or seen it flash up and think, for sake. Always Man United, so jammy, so lucky. But you know what? That's sweet. I like that. That I'm not saying that we're where we want to be, but to know that all the rival fans will be absolutely fuming. You would have seen Arsenal fans waiting there for it to get 0-0, hoping that West Ham hold on, Tottenham fans, Chelsea fans, whoever. And yeah, we went and got it done in typical old school Man United fashion. So big up to Dalot, big up to McTominay, big up to Maguire. My Rolls Royce Varane, I don't even need to bring him into the conversation. He's my guy. He's just doing his thing right now. I'm not even going to champion him like that. I don't need to. He's just chilling, yeah, because he played well today as well. But the 3 subs who come on, Rashford, Cavani and Martial, it's their night. It's their night because they came on and ultimately that's what got us the 3 points. And big up to Ralph Rangnick for throwing them on. Maybe should have done it a little bit earlier, I understand. But listen, we can build on that. United can build on this. I love that. I'm out of here. Peace.